So this is really just me talking to myself, talking me through some of the information in my head. Hey, my vet friends. Well, we are finishing respiratory system tomorrow, and I wanted to go over some things that, well, I struggle with in this class. So we have 5 main causes of hypoxemia: low FiO2, hyperventilation, diffusion impairment, right-left shunt, and last but definitely not least, because it is the most important, because it is the most prominent, the VQ mismatch. So, we were taught to walk through a 5-step process. Is there hypoventilation present? Yes or no? Then we're supposed to go on, is there an acid-base imbalance? Is there compensation for the imbalance? And eventually, how much is that compensation doing? But I have a different approach. Looking at the blood gases in the arteries, so the arterial blood gases, start by saying, is this hypoventilation? Or is this hypoxia? Meaning, does my patient have enough oxygen? Yes or no? If yes, we definitely want to focus on potential respiratory causes. So we take a look at the AADO2. You're not always given the AADO2, and you can calculate that. I'm not going to get into that here. I do, however, expect it on the final, so yeah, that's going to be fun tomorrow. What I would say is the AADO2 normal or is it abnormal? If it is normal, we can rule out, or for the time being anyway, right-left shunting, diffusion impairment, and VQ mismatch. So, over here, as you can see, the two left are hypoventilation and low FiO2. So how do we determine which one of them it is? This is actually pretty simple. We can look at the pH difference, or we can just look at the carbon dioxide in the lungs. If we have a buildup of carbon dioxide in the lungs, it is going to be hypoventilation. If we don't have it building up in the lungs, chances are it's going to be low FiO2 or low ambient oxygen. So that would be able to be corrected with oxygen. If it is abnormal, hypoventilation and low FiO2 are going to be out, which leaves us with the right-left shunt, diffusion impairment, and of course the VQ mismatch. Right-left shunt can be ruled out if you are giving your patient supplemental oxygen and there is absolutely no improvement. That's what it is. It's right-left shunt if that happens. The other two just, that's how you rule it out. You figure it out. If you give your patient supplemental oxygen and there is an improvement, it cannot be a shunt. If you give your patient oxygen and there still is not an improvement, there is probably a shunt and it needs to be investigated further, may have a more cardiac nature to the issue. So what do we have when we give oxygen and there is progress? We have our diffusion impairment and our VQ mismatch. Diffusion impairment, typical when you have an animal that's exercising and it gets better with rest. That's diffusion impairment almost every time. But most of the time, VQ mismatch and diffusion impairment go hand in hand. Things like fibrosis or pneumonias, they are going to continue to be both of them. So you're going to have a dual issue and you're going to have to want to work on both of them at the same time. Anyway, that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. Hope, it helped you get some idea of what to expect on the test. Nope, I have no idea what to expect.